Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make another video here real quick. I am obviously working on the LeSabre again, 1999 3.8 liter. So I wanted to show you guys just drum brakes. I am going to be replacing the brakes of the front on these eventually, which are disc, and I might actually even look to do a disc conversion in the back. Depending on how hard that is. But for anyone who does not know drum brakes, take the wheel off and you're like, what the heck, why doesn't this look like the front? This is the first thing you're gonna see. The wheel hub bolts will come through here. Might take some finagling to get it off, maybe a few reps with light reps with a mallet or a hammer to break some rust loose. This is your drum. So the inside here has a smooth surface, which these things right here called the brake shoes. You can see the material just like on the front brakes. You're gonna have brake pads, same type of material here, but it's called a brake shoe. So it's more curved and rounded to fit with the wheel. When you press on the brakes, just like in the front, you have a caliper that pumps brake fluid through to hydraulically stop you. You have a piston here that has a brake line in the back. It pumps brake fluid in, and on both sides here, it pushes out on both of your brake shoes, which pushes up against the material here, which stops you. So you do have other things in here, so I want to emphasize right from the get-go, when you're doing this, like a brake job, I'm going to be replacing everything. Like not the springs or anything, but I'm just trying to keep them all straight. So take a picture, take a video, make sure you know how everything went back together, and then make sure you do it the complete reverse so that you're not, putting something else on before something else should. But yeah, these are brake shoes, curved here on the side. You should get two for each side in a package if you buy them. In this specific cart, I have a giant spring here that loops down and comes back up to the other side and then goes into that hole. So you will have other springs because that's kind of how these mechanisms are tensioned. I have a small spring here just attaching this gold piece here is the parking brake. So there's a cable under here that when I pull it or push it in the car, it automatically, even without me putting the brake on, like emergency brakes work, it just pushes the brake shoe out so it will hold the car. But like these little springs, this little metal bracket will probably fall out if I had to guess when I take out the brake shoe. You just want to make sure that you know exactly what hole that they went back in so that when you put it back together, you're not missing anything. And then one more key piece that I want to mention, on the backing plate here, you're gonna have different points of contact where this brake shoe on either side really is probably gonna butt up against it. You wanna make sure that you put some sort of a brake parts lubricant on it. Just make sure you don't get any on the actual braking material. But otherwise you're gonna have very screechy brakes. You're gonna put it all back together and realize you have to take it back apart because it's metal on metal. So you just wanna make sure that you clean it well and put some proper brakes, just lubricant there. Maybe before spray it down with some brake parts cleaner, just make sure it's clean, use a wire brush. But honestly, other than that, they do make some special tools for this job. I'm just gonna use a standard flathead screwdriver. I got little pliers here that I'm gonna use to grip onto this this spring here and take it off and then put it back on. Little pry bar if needed, and then I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way, and I took off my tire with a 19mm socket and a breaker bar. So nothing too fancy. If you don't have an impact wrench, go ahead and buy one of these. Honestly, I feel like this was like 20 bucks off Amazon, so it's super affordable, and then it can last you for a very, very, very long time. So if I didn't cover anything, if you guys run into any specific issues, let me know. I can do my best to try to answer them in the comments. Again, yours may look different, may have some additional springs, but the basic concept of drum brakes is the same for all vehicles. You have a drum. That's where it gets its name. The brake shoes with the braking material, press up against the inside here, so make sure that this is clean. And then you have some springs. You have a piston here that's hydraulic, pressurized with brake fluid, is gonna press these out to stop you when you press on the brake pedal. So if you have spongy brakes, make sure that this is adjusted correctly. One more thing to mention, actually, there is deep down in here, you can see the notches right here at the end of my fingertip. My shadow will get out of the way. That is an adjuster. It should be a self-adjuster so that when you push on the brakes, these do not stick outward. It should self-adjust so they come back and they retract. And then when you press on them again, they go back out. So if you want to make sure that that self-adjuster is, you know, correctly adjusted, make sure obviously you do that before you put the drum brake back on, so that you're not, you know, like having to take it on and off, on and off, on and off. But if you guys have any other questions, let me know. I will do my very best to answer them. This is my first time doing it myself, but I've had some trial and error with it already. So yeah, let me know.